What's up, everyone? It's Cameron Moore here at Build a Brand. This is Build a Brand Interviews, where we interview salespeople that are currently using our product, what they're doing to prospect, to get referrals, and to follow up their customers, and also get to know a little bit about them and how they got into the industry. So today we have a very special guest. We have Fadi, and Fadi is at Art Main. That's how you say it, right?
That's
Fadi?
right.
Boom. Got it that time. And we're going to be getting to know him and kind of what he does and some good tips and strategies that may help you in the future. And so before we start, let's go ahead and just check out a quick message from our sponsor, Build a Brand.
The number one car selling tool built with you in mind, the salesperson. My favorite thing about this easy to use customer engagement tool is that you don't have to change the way you work to sell cars. Our app works for you and with you.
Fadi, tell everyone about you and just, tell us who you are.
Well, I'm Fadi Mustafa. I'm located here at Art Main in the lovely town, Prison City, Jackson, Michigan. I've been here for 6 years now. First time in the auto business, selling cars. Been fun. Never thought that this is what I would be doing, but here I am today.
Awesome. So you said you're in what'd you call it? What city?
Prison City.
Prison City. All right.
Every inmate that makes it through the prison system in Michigan comes through this town.
Oh my gosh,
Pretty
man.
crazy.
That is pretty scary.
But we help them sometimes.
Okay. Sometimes when they're running by, maybe an orange suit or whatnot.
Yeah.
So you said that this is what you didn't expect yourself to be doing. So elaborate on that. What did you expect to do before you got in the car business?
It's honestly pretty crazy because what the car business is a business inside of a business. And I, always looked at myself and seen myself being some kind of business owner of some type. My dad has always owned liquor stores, and what Middle Eastern people have.
Oh my gosh!
But no hits. That's not taking jabs at anybody. But I thought, okay, maybe one day I will own a store with my dad, or I'll have some kind of business or something. And then I've worked at this dealership now 6 years. I've worked in the cell phone business for about 5 years, 6 years. And it was pretty cool, like fresh out of high school. That's how I literally built a lot of my network of people that I've worked with and sold cars to. So that's a big part of how I feel like I've become so successful, is just networking and taking care of people. When you take care of people, they'll come back and see you, whether it was fixing a phone or whatever. So when my ultimate goal in life was own a business, but literally I'm operating a business inside of a business.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's 100% true. And it sounds like you have a pretty good past of sales. Your dad owning several businesses, and I'm sure that definitely helped shape and mold kind of like your entrepreneurship and wanting to be your own business owner. So I love the fact that you say that building, kind of like in the dealership when you're in sales, you're building a business within a business, because there's a lot of salespeople that don't see it that way. They see it like it's kind of a job, and the dealership provides them leads, and then they work those leads, they go home, and that's it.
Right.
But there's a lot of work that goes into that. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. That's the biggest part of it. And, like you said, people just sit here and rely on dealership traffic. And that's literally not my goal at all. I hope my boss or owner doesn't hear this. I don't want to wait on fresh traffic that comes through the door, because I feel that takes away from my personal business that I get from social media and just my own lead generation.
Right. Honestly, I think any business owner would love to hear that, because what you just said was, I don't want the dealership to have to spend money to get people to that I already know, like, and trust, that want to work with me, to spend money to get those people in when I can do it myself. So I think he would actually like that, because you're helping him save money. And so it sounds like you do some stuff on, social media. For people that are watching, I obviously know, or listening, sorry. I obviously know Fadi, and I know he does a lot on social media. But, when you're posting social media, it sounds like you do get a lot of leads from that. So like, what's an average month for you with getting leads from Facebook?
Oh, I can pretty much tell you that I'd say if it's not a repeat or referral customer, my year to date that I sold 300 cars last year from social media itself.
Congratulations, by the
Um,
way. That's awesome. I
Thank you,
saw that.
thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. I had 109 repeat, 109 referred to me, and social media, meaning I mark it as a category of social media. So if they came to me not based off of a referral or just heard of me, I literally listed as social media. So if you want to say between referral and social media, that's close to 200 leads that I had. 200 sold. I sold 308 last year. So that's a big part of it. Social. I literally could not imagine where. Like, I'm scared if Facebook like goes out somehow, some way, or does it. Like, I don't know what I would do without my Facebook and social media following. Obviously I have 6 years of business with repeat and referral customers and my name's out there. But if I want to continue growing, I feel like I have to continue with it and taking massive action with it.
Absolutely. No, that's great. And thank you for saying that, because sometimes, you hear it all the time from, people that you just got to take action. You do the things and work hard to sell cars. But sometimes it may just take that one more person to say it. So I'm glad you said it, because someone out there listening needs to hear that. And, let's get into kind of talking about how you got into the business, and then we'll transition to what you're doing for prospecting, how you're getting referrals and, follow up with the customers. So how did you get in the car business? And when you first started, what did that look like? Like, what were your expectations? For example, the last podcast I had with Nathan Dunham, I told him, I was like, man, honestly, I thought it was going to be easy. And then I quickly realized how hard it really was. And they're like, hey, go out there and prospect and get a referral. I'm like, whoa, what's a referral?
Right.
Like, I can tell you about criminals because I have a criminal justice degree. But so yeah, tell everyone that's listening, why you got in, how you got in, and what your expectations were, and was it hard to you? Was it easy? Like, let's talk about that.
Oh gosh, it was at first it's like, what's the number one thing when you come to a dealership? Oh, you can make 100 grand.
Yeah, money.
Money. I'm on the phone. I'm sorry. Um, Everyone, hey, you can make 100 grand. You can make a lot of money. Pretty much what you can do in this car business is all up to you. I'm like, okay. First month sold 7 cars. I'm like,
That's pretty
this
good for first
sucks.
month. What are you talking about, man? First month, I
I'm
think I
like,
was at like 2 or 3 cars, man.
no. 7 months. Like, I didn't even finish my sales tracker because I was like, damn, like, the top guys here then were like 15 to 20 cars. And I'm like, gosh, if I'm competing and if I'm doing anything, like, I want 100%, like, I want the top, I want the best, I want to be at the best level. And I know that's not going to happen 1 month into the business. Second month I sold like 10, and then the third month was like, I think like 12. So it got better and better. And then that following February, I won Salesman of the Month. So that was pretty cool. So I started in August, like mid-August, didn't get on the sales floor until October. No, September. I can't even count. And February, I won the Salesman of the Month. So I was like, that was kind of like I won it with like 15 cars. So it wasn't very much, but it was like 15 cars, like, whatever, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of a confidence booster.
oh, it definitely was. And it's like, once you get a taste of that,
Winning.
Salesman of the Month, winning, the money, just everything, like helping that many people out, like, holy crap, I just helped 14, 15 people into a new car. And I'm thinking, like, how am I going to continue doing this? And at this point, I'm chasing ups. I'm getting called out on the lot. I'm going out to the lot to go help a customer. And then I have salesmen lying to me saying somebody's waiting for me in the showroom lounge. That way they can go out and steal this up from me. Yeah, no joke. I had this guy that used to work here, and he was one of the top guys here, but he was definitely heavy on like dealership traffic. And I was literally on my way to go help him up in the front of the lot. And Brent, he told me, he's like, hey, you just got Paige inside. You got somebody here. So I literally like walked back inside. Like, as I'm walking back, he's like, don't let me do that to you again. Ha ha ha. And just like took off and literally went and helped that customer and sold him a car. No joke. No
Oh
joke. And
man.
I'm like, and that's where I kind of like from that point on, I was like, I can't be sitting here fighting over. There's
Ups.
20, 16 salespeople at that time. Like, I don't want to be fighting all over all these ups. Like, that's the last thing I want. Like, and from that point on, I just really concentrated on my social media, and I had a decent following. I've always been pretty interactive with photos, videos, things of that sort on Facebook, even way back then. And I just literally just seemed to have took off from there. You're not gonna sell that money. You're gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna last in the business. And here I am, 6 years later, salesman of the year 2 times in a row, and pretty much consistently over 20 cars a month. So it's a blessing, man. It's pretty cool. And my brother's in the business now too. So
Yeah. No,
even he'll,
that's
even he'll tell you, that he thought it was going to be easy, but it's work, man. It's a grind. You just you get what you put in this business, whether it's social media, reviews, referrals, anything and everything that you do, you're going to see something. It's not immediate impact, but it's something that's going to build you longevity in this business. It's going to build you the long-term part of this business. It's not a get rich fast scheme,
right.
at least the way that I'm building my business.
Yeah, which I think is a good thing, and I want to go back to just two things you said, and I think the first thing that you said that really validates kind of like the way you're building your business is you're looking at as you're helping people rather than a transaction, and you're building relationships, which that goes a long way because a lot of people look at this as a transactional sell when they first start. And what you quickly realize is that's great for a little bit of time.
Right.
And so you kind of you need to build those relationships to build that business, and that's the long term game. But a lot of people, the instant gratification, right? So they need that, and they don't see that you do have to put in the work, and that work, building any company, any business, any brand, it's going to take a good foundation, and it's going to take time. It doesn't happen overnight. How many people that were I guess one hit wonders that just continued on and became amazing? I can't name one. So,
Right.
it's something that's, not really that easy. And then the second thing was the situation where, you had a guy skate you, not really skate. He tricked you, right? He
Yeah.
manipulated you and,
Oh, I've been skated. I was skated plenty of times. They didn't come and ask for you. They didn't ask for you.
right. And then I'm sure you got skated, probably, it was probably the last time, and you probably got detailed notes in that CRM like I used to. I got skated one time. And then my
Right.
manager goes, well, you didn't put him in the CRM. And I go, guess
Oh,
what?
the
Every
worst.
customer has the the most detailed notes you've ever even seen on purpose, because I was like, you're never skating me.
Right.
He had a blue shirt on. His eyes were green. And, the most ridiculous notes because I didn't want to get skated. But I like the fact that you took that situation, and most people, and I could tell you when I first started, I probably would have been like, I can't believe you skated me, like you totally took that customer, like I hate this, and they'd probably give up and let that person win, and let that tiny situation where, he wanted to be just kind of a rude person. You didn't let it destroy you and kind of just, negatively impact you. Instead, you looked, I'm sure you were kind of upset. Of course, who wouldn't? But you took that situation. I was like, yo, like, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to focus on creating my own opportunities, and then not have to worry about this up bus anymore. So then he can continue living month to month, not knowing what's happening, where I can go ahead and predict what I'll be doing. So I think it's awesome. I want to commend you on that.
No,
Now,
for sure. Thank you.
let's get into prospecting. So tell everyone kind of what you do for prospecting. Give us like one example, just kind of give the listeners some ideas on things they could do.
Literally, I'd say my form of prospecting, and it's the most non-aggressive approach ever, is just providing value to people online, literally on Facebook. Whether it's a picture of a car and not saying, oh, for sale, check it out, only one left.
In the world.
Literally, in the world. No, I'm like literally, so I'll just post like, hey, fresh trade, Justin, check it out. Here's I'll post a few random pictures. And literally last week, 2 weeks ago, I posted a picture of a 2018 Equinox, black. You and I look at this car and we're like, I got 50 of them. I'm like, we don't think anything of it. We just fly by it. Charlie and I talked about, we're like, dude, This thing's priced like $4,000 below fair market price. Post it online. I'm like, oh my gosh, like 20, 30 comments. Got literally 2 appointments off of it. And I sold this girl a blazer. Like, she's like, yeah, the Equinox. I sold her a brand new blazer. She's like, yeah, the Equinox is a little too small for me. I think I just want to go something a little bigger. I'm like, okay. Off of a pre-owned Equinox with 30,000 miles for like 18 grand.
Wow.
Just an LT Equinox without a remote start, without a power driver, just literally just basic.
So that post, like when you posted it, you said something that's very key, building value. Because a lot of people do post, like you were saying, huge sale, like the wacky inflatable things,
oh
like
my
the
God.
arms
It's
moving.
like thinking of an Art Van commercial.
And yeah, you look at it's kind of the old school way of prospecting. When people say, balloons help sell cars. That's sure. But you said build value. And so, a lot of value looks different to different people. And so it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I want to hear what you're thinking, but when you're building value, it sounds like you're providing the consumer with knowledge to actually help them make an informed decision without them having to ask for it. Is that correct?
Ding, ding, ding.
All right.
That's the
So
correct
good.
answer.
We have the same definition of what value means when posting about selling cars. So I'm pretty sure you probably got that from the same person, which, is JD, Jonathan Dawson.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Value is literally everything. And it's like friendships in life. If there's no value in it, or people that are in your life, like, why have them in your life?
That makes sense.
If they're not bringing any kind of positivity or anything to you, why even have them around? It's like, you just got to surround yourself. It's like surrounding yourself with the best people.
Yeah.
Like you become the best. It's not like,
Yeah, it's an easy way to work with the right customers rather than the wrong customers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well,
and people, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No.
It's all you. It's your day. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, with us on kind of like building the value in posting. And you gave, example of something you did recently. Now let's get into like referrals. So at the beginning you said you had 109 referrals?
I'll pull up the exact, hold on. Let me pull up the exact number and I'll tell you. Okay. This is how stupid of a stat king I am. 109 referrals last year.
109 referrals. Man, that is incredible. And those were sold referrals?
Sold referrals. So
okay,
that doesn't
even count like however many other referrals you got. So That's amazing. So, knowing that's probably, more than some people sell in a year. And that's just referrals, sold referrals. And so that's amazing. So tell us and tell everyone that's listening, what do you do for referrals? How do you ask for referrals, and how do you track them? Like, let's hear about that.
We're asking for referrals, or, I plant the seeds along the sale to a lot of them. I'll definitely, and I definitely always, I'll post it on Facebook. Another cool way that it's like a easy approach about it is when I get my referral checks from the office, I literally post a picture of the checks all like bundled together. So, it might be $1,500 worth of checks, and I'll tag the people that are in them and just say, hey, come pick up your referral check. If you're looking for, if you're looking for $100 check, refer a friend to me, hashtag go see Fadi, check out my app. So, I'll refer them to my Build a Brand referral digital card too. So it'll literally refer them right to my Build a Brand website, and they could type in the name of somebody that they're referring. So I'll do it through there. And I'll do like, it's actually kind of cool, because then I like to see how many stats and what kind of clicks I'm getting. I'll put like the tiny URL, so that way I can actually see how many times people are clicking on that link. So it's literally, a big thing of it is just literally top of mind awareness. So you putting it in front of them and you're making them think with it. They might not engage with it, but guess what? When they think of somebody that they're going to refer, and you know how many people I've sold cars to that have been referred to me by people that haven't even bought a car from me?
How many? A lot?
I would say over 50%. Wow. No joke.
Just from posting online and creating the top of mind awareness.
Right. Just being in front of them and just telling people what I do. I can post the same picture 10 times, and I bet you that the same 10 people aren't going to do, going to interact with it or comment on it or see it. just, how the algorithms of Facebook, social media, Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff is just so weird. But that's, kind of a slight approach to it. I've been planting the seed, and then I've also been doing a Jonathan Dawson approach to it too. So after I've sent the proposal, and literally I'm walking out after I've went through like my packet after they've agreed to purchase it, I'll leave them a list of, hey, put down some people that you think that might be in the market in the future that I may be able to help. I can't show names and numbers, but right here.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's
it's
awesome.
like,
And I love that you did that, because I did the same thing. Like John, I never had him for the store to do training, right? So I paid to go to a conference, and I just watched free videos that he had on YouTube.
oh yeah.
I heard Jonathan Dawson say one time to someone that was trying to pay him, and I think it was the most humbling thing to hear someone say.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're going to say.
He said, if you can't do anything with my free content,
Exactly.
then I'm not going to take your money. I can't take your money if I haven't helped you make money.
If I've not provided value to you.
Yes. And that's, it's amazing that he said that. But, I did the same thing that you did. And it was, having the names and numbers like you did, you agreed to terms, and you just asked them, hey, did you guys enjoy your experience? And
right.
Of course, that's kind of a qualifying question, right? So,
right.
so probably not going to, do this. But if they did say yes, then I'd say, great, based off your experience, I kind of go through my list of questions that I do use for my video testimonials, and just made it great. So I'm glad you do that also. So that's a good tip for everyone listening on, how to ask for referrals. Fadi just gave you 2 different examples, and I'm sure
another way I like to use it, and it's just being more consistent with it. It's like anything in the business or anything in life. If you're more consistent at it, you're going to be way better at it.
Right.
Role play with your coworkers, role play with managers, other salespeople, your wife, whoever, and just kind of make it flow. Don't be robotic about it. But if a customer is making an offer to you, use that as leverage. You go to the desk and say, hey, I literally got 10 referrals from this customer, and they're asking for an $800 discount. We're priced a little above market average or whatever. There's one down the street. But if you provide me 10 referrals and I go to the desk to my manager and show him, your offer is going to be seriously considered at that point.
Absolutely, man. That was actually one of my favorite ones to do. And you basically use that as leverage. And, you always have people, well, I don't want, it's always, that's not enough for my trade. Which has amazed me always, that someone's so more concerned about the vehicle they're trading that they do not like than the actual car that they're buying. But then you say, look, I don't know if that's possible, because you really don't. Like, you don't know what the actual structure of the car is. Like, I don't know if that's possible. But if I go back to them and say, hey, they want $2,000 off, it's probably not going to happen. I'm going to have to come back and forth all day. And look, I respect your time just like you respect mine. And so why don't we come up with something that's actually, feasible,
reasonable,
that makes my manager happy, right? Reasonable, makes my manager happy, and makes, you happy. And so, if we could do this, I'm not sure if we can, but if we could do this, could you commit to giving me 25 names and numbers of family members and friends that that would like to work with me based off your experience? And I'm sure if you do that, it's going to be a lot easier to try to get to this number than going back there and saying, hey, we're $2,000 apart.
100%.
I'm not trying to waste your time.
Guess what? You know how much rapport you built just doing that? I think it takes away that awkwardness, especially with people that are dealing with fresh ups.
Right. Yeah, it's just real. It's in the moment. And then most of the time they've ran to the same thing. Sales guy going, well, let me go back to my manager to see if we could do this. And then they come back and forth. And that's why you have the perception that buying a car is always this back and forth. And one thing I don't like to do, like, I know there's going to be negotiating. That's anything in life. I mean, I go to stores. I'm like, hey, can I get a discount? I'm going to ask. If they're going to give it to me, great. If not,
what's the worst
I'm still going to buy it, but I'm going to ask. So basically just do that. Do what Fadi just said, because it's awesome. And I thank you for saying that, because it's something that I did. I practiced, but I don't really say a lot, but I practiced.
Right.
And then now that I got in the vendor world, man, that's not really how I ask for them. I ask for them still a different way, but that's awesome. So now the last part, Fadi, is following up with your customers. Because salespeople basically have 3 key responsibilities. And when you first started, you may have been told something along this or not, but you probably get it now. You have to get customers on the lot, you have to sell cars, and you have to retain your sold customers, right? So that's the biggest thing. It's how you build your business. It's how you become successful. So how do you follow up with your customers? Because when someone buys a car, most of the time they're like, oh, that's it, like sold, hashtag sold another,
Yeah.
transaction. But how do you follow up with your customers, and how do you get them to, stay in contact with you? Like, what do you do?
A big part that, a few big things that, sure, and it's going to happen. You're not going to get every single customer that you've sold over the years back. It pisses me off, but guess what? I get stronger and stronger every time that I know that somebody I sold call 5 years ago and they get yanked out of my name, and it's from a salesperson that I trust, and they're like, no, dude, they didn't ask for you. They submitted an internet lead. They came in. They never asked for you. I always try to find a way to better myself in that process next time. That way I know and make sure that people don't get yanked out of my name. So then you're following up text messages, emails, videos. Video is a big one, because guess what? Especially it's when somebody's walking in the door and you've never met them before. You've got that rapport built. They come in, they're like, "What's up, Fadi? How you doing, man?
Right.
Hey." I'm like, "I don't know who the hell this is." Like, "Oh yeah, hey." It takes away that awkwardness. But literally, my biggest thing, I've sold customers that, a car 4 years ago, and I'll send them a video, build a brand, text message, whatever it may be, and I'm getting them back in the door, or they're interacting with me, tagging me on Facebook to sell their friends another car. They're commenting. If I'm not friends with them already on Facebook, guess what? I'm right in front of them again. So when they need a car again, they could think of anybody else that might need a car. They're thinking of me. My biggest thing is now I have a Facebook VIP group that I have just my sold VIP customers. So I invite all my customers right to that group. That way I'm staying right in front of them all the time. I'm not pushing any sales content or anything on there that's kind of like salesy, like making it a group about me. So I'll do interactive giveaways with them on there. So, it might be a $25, $50 gas card to a local restaurant or whatever it might be. Another way that I do it is literally just having them as a friend on Facebook and just interacting with their post, liking their post, commenting, congratulations, just being in front of them, literally, like
Right.
anything, just top of mind awareness.
Yeah. So
Imagine
if you've heard that term twice now from Fadi, and if you don't know what the top of mind awareness means, it means being at the forefront of the consumer's mind when they think about something in your industry. And so, Fadi, I like the fact that you created this private Facebook group for your customers. It's not sales pitch; it's more of giving back. And it's great with that when you have a private group. Most of the time, I don't know the exact percentage, but it's like maybe 30% of the people might see your post, right? And now, but when you have a private Facebook group, I know this is correct. 100% of those people get a notification that you've posted something if they're part of that group. So
100%.
That's going to help you, actually reach and stay connected with those people, creating that top of mind awareness again, which means being at the forefront of the customer's mind when they think about something in your industry. So that's great that you're doing that. And then you do, you said that you do some giveaways, right? To follow up, and then you're sending video messages, which is critical in today's age, because I don't know how many emails I get a day. Most of them, I just click the Gmail, the little check mark, and go read. Because like I don't have time for it, especially if they're not captivating. And most of the time, people are sending out the same emails that are just almost like the CRM generated. They're very generic and vanilla, and they're sending them to the customer, which that customer probably got, I don't know, a few months back when they came back in the dealership and talked to another salesperson. So now they just know it's not personable. And then when we send this video message, like you said, you send it and you kind of break down some psychological barriers that you're not just some sales guy trying to take their money. Like, you're building that relationship. So when they come in, they're like, yo, what's up, Fadi? Or, what's up, Cam? Whatever your name is, just fill it in the blank. And then you're building that relationship early, but you're also creating an experience. You're creating an experience that starts well beyond actually purchasing the car, but it's during the whole prospecting and the following up. And then you're creating that experience throughout the whole process, so that basically you're going to be their car guy. Like, you don't have to worry about them getting pulled out of your name. And so that's going to really help you stand out from everyone else. So that's awesome, man. I like that.
Well, and check this out from a video. And I'd say this is probably 6 to 8 months ago. I sent a video email, a video text message actually, to a client of mine that had purchased a car. And he said, dude, I got a text message from you, text video email from you before my kids have even called to wish me a happy birthday.
What?
Yeah. So.
And
Yep.
guess what? He's going to remember that forever. And it's funny. It's not funny, but
his daughter actually told me, yeah, my dad called and told me that you wished him a happy birthday before I even did.
That's hilarious. You're like part of the family now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And so that's a huge thing. Like sending videos for happy birthdays, just happy Kwanzaa, like 3-month car checkup, 1-year anniversary.
Or what's up? How's it going?
Exactly. Or local events happening in our area. Like just informing people is a great way. And, the birthday thing is a huge one. I sent a birthday video. I posted on their Facebook page, right? So I made a birthday video when I was selling cars, used Builder Brand, but then I put it on their Facebook page, even though it's a video message. And you could also do them as blogs, in case you want to know. That's pretty fun to do. But what that did is that made them feel special, because most of the time everyone just does the happy birthday copy, and then they go through the list, paste. They're done, right?
Have you seen the new HBD that people have been doing? They've been doing HBD.
Oh, now it's HBD?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I had to look it up. I didn't know what it meant.
Man, we're getting old. We literally just took happy birthday and we're like, you know what? 3 letters, HBD. Oh my gosh. Well,
sounds like a disease.
Oh my gosh. Hey man, thank you so much for joining our podcast today. And if you have anything else you want to add at the end, now's your chance. I don't know what you got? Man. The lottery numbers? I'm just kidding.
Man, I wish. No, literally, guys, stay on top of your people. Your biggest way of staying on top of people. Literally, I'm kind of endorsing like what would they call that? Like the little plug when people talk about
it's how a plug, yeah,
like shameless plug or whatever it is. Build a brand literally has helped me multiple months on months. End of the month, trying to hit a goal. Literally sending out a video email or video text message to all the people that I have in my contact list. And just say, hey guys, I'm 5 cars away. If there's anybody that you could think of that I can help. And guess what? These people are like month after month, like, hey, did you hit your goal? Did you hit your goal? Did you hit your goal?
That's awesome.
People are rooting for you and we get in our own heads. People like us salespeople get in our heads more than anybody. And customers sure are buying cars and we're providing them a service. But if you provide enough value, these people are going to be your biggest fans ever. So make sure you treat them well. Don't just let it be about a car sale. Don't always be calm and, hey, how's it going? Just wanted to wish you a happy 6-month anniversary. Got any questions? Hey, thank you again. I appreciate your business. Bye. Don't always, hey, do you know anybody that I could sell a car to? How's it going? Hey, happy birthday. Like, I got a Merry Christmas card from a realtor, and it was just Merry Christmas. And then, no, not a realtor. I got a Merry Christmas from my realtor. It was cool. But it was just pretty generic, though, with like a stamp on the front. I didn't like it with my name.
Let's hope they're not listening.
I didn't drop names.
Jim.
But, no. Yes, Jim.
Okay.
There was another one of a local place. I'm not going to drop a name, but then they had a donation envelope in the inside. Like, you can't always have, it's like mixing business with pleasure. Just say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, but leave the business aside sometimes, because guess what? If you're in front of them and you talk to them and you call them, wish them a Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is, you did that. It didn't have to be car related.
Right. 100%.
People forget that all the time.
Man, 100%. Hey, Fadi, that's a wise word from Fadi Mustafa. And so if you guys want to check Fadi out, you can go to goseefadi.com and check out his website. It has all of his social links at the top. And then you can get in contact with him easily there. And so thank you guys so much for listening. And we'll see you next week for episode 3.
Thank you, Ken.
Right. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Take 6.